Momentum of your thoughts. So what was that? Momentum of your thoughts. Well, it's something really, really important to know in my own experience. Because, so what is it? To understand it, what is it? And to see how it functions in your life. So why is so important? Because momentum of your thoughts creates your own reality, and what is even more important than that, and what can be more important than creating your own reality, there is something which is the most important, and that is how you are feeling, your experience of life. And momentum of your thoughts creates also your experience of life, primarily. And after this creation of your experience of life, then that creates your environment, your own reality. And what is this momentum of thoughts? It is, so we can start like this. When you woke up, in first 1 to 5 seconds, 1 minute, there is only empty space of awareness. That's your true nature, right? Empty space of awareness, when there is no object which awareness is aware of. Awareness is only aware of itself. But usually we are not aware of it when we woke up. But that is our original place. Original state of your being is empty space. Just empty potential from which everything can be born. And everything is coming back to this source of emptiness. But it's not emptiness how your mind sees it. It's full of life energy. And imagine from this emptiness, when you woke up, suddenly there is a thought. So it is born out of this emptiness, a thought. And it can be born two types of thought. Okay? So let's make it easier. Two types of thoughts. Usually, for the most people, the first thought which is born when they woke up is limited thought. The most people call it negative thought, but I like to call it limited thought, because it is limited in its nature. How it thinks, it is limited thinking. It believes in something which never exists. It never existed in existence. Only thing which, and be open for this message, it can sound totally crazy and like not truth, but just be open. Only which doesn't exist is lack of any kind, lack of money, lack of health, lack of happiness, lack of peace. Believing in that, when you're believing in that, that's a belief in lack of life. So this belief is one of the most untruthful beliefs. Because how there can be a lack of life? Because life is timeless. It is always here and now. But we believe in this thought, lack of life, called death, believing in death. And that's why it doesn't feel good. Because always when you have a thought, limited thought, which believes in some kind of lack, that's limited thought, which believes in any kind of lack, it doesn't feel good, right? Why? Because your higher self doesn't agree with that thought, it's really simple. Your higher self doesn't see any lack in its vision of life, and particularly of your life, its vision of your life. And it is always, your higher self is always with you, and it always has the vision of your life. It is watching every step of your life. That's how you're unconditionally loved. And in his vision of life, your life, there is no any lack, only believing in lack, and in any lack manifesting. There is no any lack. And so when you are seeing, when you have this first thought when you're awake, you first thought maybe you have it's always something about your life situation, which is active in your present. First thought maybe about your financial situation. There is, wow, first thought when you're awake, I don't have enough money. And what happened? Contraction. You feel, maybe not in the first thought. So that's momentum is coming now. But what I want to first to say, every limited thought, it's feeling like contraction, because your higher self it doesn't agree with this thought. It doesn't know what to do with it, because there is no lack of any kind, and you're believing in it. But the first thought is not so painful. But if you, this is the key what I want to say about momentum. When you start giving focus to this first limited thought when you are awake, then there comes another thought which is similar in nature of this first thought. It's really similar, it's on the similar frequency. It has a similar energy, similar belief in this lack, this kind of lack. And then naturally you give focus to this thought. So now we are giving focus to these two thoughts. And there we come, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then in 1 minute there is a momentum of limiting thoughts born in you. And this is always happening. The most people are only in momentum of limiting thoughts, always, and having some rare brief moments when this momentum is not active, and this is usually when they are sleeping. In their deep sleep there is no momentum. But no, people don't know that there is another possibility. You have a mastery over your focus. You have power, capacity to choose with your focus which momentum you want to be part of. So when you wake up tomorrow, start with a thought which is unlimited in its nature. What I mean about unlimited thought? It believes in no lack. It believes in something which is opposite of lack, in infinite possibilities. It believes that everything is okay. It believes that this universe is a friendly universe. It believes that you are unconditionally loved, that your higher self is always with you. It believes that everything is possible. So those kind of things, it doesn't have to be what I said, but there is a sense of possibility, not limitless, not limited sense. There is a limitlessness. And when you start with this thought your day, if you give it the focus, because you decide which thoughts you will give a focus. So if you give a focus to these thoughts, then there will come another thought similar like this first thought. It will have a similar quality in it. And the third one will come if you are disciplined, if you are dedicated to give a focus to those thoughts, which are limitless, which are true, which are thoughts of your higher self. Your higher self is sending you those infinite thoughts, not limited thoughts. And when you're giving focus to them more and more, then there comes fourth thoughts, five, fifth thought, six, seven, and then you are in a momentum of thoughts which are infinite in their nature, which believes in infinite creator, in infinite possibilities. And that's when you are feeling great. And this momentum creates your reality in the way you want it to be. This momentum of powerful thoughts creates your reality in the way you want it to be, really. And momentum of limited thoughts also creates your reality in the way you don't prefer. So you see, but the most important thing is that you're feeling great. You want to feel great. That's what you want. You don't want so much. That's secondary to create your own reality in the way you want. Of course, that's also why you're here. But first thing which you want is to feel amazing, to have a momentum of the thoughts of your higher self. You want to connect with your higher self, which I'm always talking about. And when you're connected, aligned with it, then you're open to receive its thoughts, momentum of higher self thoughts. And then it's effortless. Momentum is effortless. You don't have to give it so much focus anymore. Then thoughts and other thoughts, they're just coming. Beautiful, beautiful thoughts. They're just coming because you're now in the momentum of positive thoughts, if you can call it like that.